Today, three legendary players will battle it out for $1 million on Jeopardy Labs. Here are our three super champions. A quantitative researcher from New York, Matt Amodio. A professional sports gambler from Las Vegas, Nevada, James Holtzauer. And a YouTuber from Greenville, South Carolina, Jacob Staggs. And now, here is the contestant host of Jeopardy Labs, Jacob Staggs. Welcome to our first greatest of all time tournament. This was supposed to be the Masters tournament, but instead we decided to do this. For our greatest of all time. Now, we have James, me, and Matt Amodio. So can anyone try to stop whoever is the greatest of all time tournament for $1 million and become our new Jeopardy champion? Let's see this thing. Okay, here are the categories. The First Wives Club. Not a state capital. Education. A green thumb. And finally, a vulgar display of power. Now we're going to spin a wheel to see who goes first because we have them in different orders. Now, seems like Jacob is selecting first. The First Wives Club, 1,000. If she was still married to this man, Julia Throne might have hit the campaign trail instead of Teresa Hines. Matt, who is John Kerry? Who's John Kerry? Yes. Capital, 1,000. Montpelier, Bismarck, Portland. Jacob, what's Portland? Yes. Education, 1,000. In the junior version of this, retired members of the military teach life skills and leadership. High schoolers. James, was the ROTC? Yes. Education, 8. Restored to its original look, the USA's first public one of these opened in St. Louis in 1873. Jacob, what's kindergarten? Yes. A green thumb for 1,000. The RHS, it sponsors the famous Chelsea Flowers Show. Matt, what is the Royal Humane Society? Yes. Power, 1,000. Collective coalition name for Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire during World War II. Jacob, World War I. What are the Central Powers? Yes. First Wives Club, 8. In Jewish folklore, before Eve, Adam was married to the sea demon. James, who is Lilith? Yes. Not a state capital for 200. Atlanta, Augusta. Jacob, what's a George? Yes. A green thumb for 4. If she had used the botanical name for this flower, Janet Fitch would have written White Nerium. Matt, who is Orlander? Yes. Power, 8. Any of several portable G4 computers made by Apple. Jacob, what is a power book? Yes. Education, 4. Common term for the system that emerged in the 60s to teach more mathematical concepts and fewer times tables. James, was the new math? Yes. Not a state capital for 6. Answer there. Dinner. How much are you willing to risk? Let's go. Window maximum, please. Here's our clue. A Brook Review, Providence, Charleston. What is it? A cubic review? Yes. You're in the lead. Education, 2. In 1901 California law established this for grades 1 through 8. What kids did instead with no TV? God knows. Jacob, what's homework? Yes. A green thumb. 8. You can help plants grow. That's G.O.A.T. with a food or fertilizer spike from this Scott's co-brand. Matt, what's Miracle Grow? Yes. Education 6. This religious order runs 28 colleges in the U.S., including Georgetown, Loyola, and my Alma Holy Cross. Jacob, what's the G.O.A.T? Yes. You're in the lead. First Wives Club 6. 4. Art students when they met in the late 50s. Cynthia Powell was his first wife and the mother of his son Julian. James, who is John Lennon? Yes. Education for 1,000. We can't do education. We ran that out. Power 4. In a period of time in a hockey game where one team has a numerical advantage. Jacob, what is the power play? That is correct. Green thumb for 200. For cutting tall grass, one of these curved blades on a long bent handle fits all. Jacob, what's a seeth? Yes. Not a state capital for 8. Frankfurt, Birmingham, Montgomery. James, what is Birmingham? Yes. Capital 4. Springfield, Helena, Chicago. Jacob, what's Chicago? Yes. You and James are tied. A green thumb 6. We hope you're not at a loss for words and can tell us that that loss is a type of this deposited by the wind. Jacob, what is soil? Yes. Power 2. This multi-state lottery has paid over $200 million more than once. Jacob, what is Powerball? Yes. Power 8. Power 6. Sorted it out for recruited the teenagers who become this group. Matt, who are the Power Rangers? Yes. Wives 6. In a cameo in the movie The First Wives Club, this wealthy ex advises, don't get mad, get everything. Jacob, who was Ivana Trump? Yes. And let's finish out the round. She was Robert Wagner's first wife as well as the third. Matt, who's Natalie Wood? Yes, and that will take us to the end of the Jeopardy round. Jacob is currently in the lead with $7,000. $7,000. James 56. Nah! You get out of here! You can't always come up! Sorry, guys. That always happens. That always happens, and I try to get rid of it. Anyway. Here are the double Jeopardy categories. For me, James, and Matt. Poets and poetry. Completes the film title. People, those quotation marks. The Old West. Communications. Jacob, you gave us the last correct response, so you select. People 12. Daily double. Down. You're gonna risk window maximum. James. Here's your clue. President of the United Mine Workers for 40 years. He helped found the CIO in 1935. Who is Lewis? Yes. 60 to 1. 14,000. The Old West for 400. Daily double. And you just held back-to-back daily doubles. Now bet it all. Again. This judge, the law west of the Pecos, reportedly once fined a dead man $40 for carrying a concealed weapon. Who's Robin? Yes. Let's see with 28,000. Poets and poetry for 12. For his dying father, this Welshman wrote the poem Do Not Go Gentle into the Good Night. James, who's Dylan Thomas? Yes. The Old West for 2000. As a New Mexico governor, this featured Ben-Hur, author, offered to pardon Billy the Kid, but persecutor makes the plan. Matt, who's Lou Wallace? Yes. Communications tool. 6-letter term for the path by which NASA sends signals from Earth to satellites to rovers. Matt, what's the uplink? Yes. People 2. This biologist who joined the U.S. space program in 1978 has spent more time in space than any woman in history. James, who's Shannon Lucid? Yes. And it's only one tournament, by the way, for greatest of all time. And it happens each season. People for 400. Although this lone eagle was a civilian, he flew about 50 combat missions towards the end of World War II. Jacob, who is Charles Lindbergh? Yes. People's 8. This publisher thought it was time for a business magazine saved from the fortune in 1930. Jacob, who is Luce? Yes. 16. Richard Nixon's running mate in 1960, this Republican lost the Senate 8 years earlier to John F. Kennedy. James, who's Harriet Coolidge Jr.? Yes. 10,400. Completes the film title for 1,200. 1991. Truly Madly. Matt, what's Deeply? Yes. The Old West 12. At the time of the gunfight at the OK Corral, it was this Earp brother who was the city marshal. Matt, who's Virgil? Yes. You and James are tired. We're going to take a second commercial break, and we'll see you after this. And we're back on. So, Matt, you gave us the last correct response. Select again. Communication 16. Chinese writing began as pictographs. Today, the symbol on the left is mu or tree. On the right, lend this word. Matt, what's forest? That's correct. The Old West 16. In 1902, this former peace officer moved to New York City and became a sports writer for the Morning Telegraph. James, who's Bat Masterson? Yes. Uh-oh. Completes the film title for 12. Already did that one. James, Poets and Poetry 6. See. In Coleridge's poem, it's where Kubla Khan had his state pleasure done. Jacob, who's Xandu? Yes. Poets and Poetry 2. Poet Laureate of the U.S. from 1993 to 1995. She won in 1987. Polarizer from Thomas and Billa. Matt, who's Rita Dove? Yes. Film title 2000. 1981. Cattle and Matt, what is Little Britches? Yes. Communications 12. To communicate by doing this, you could speak lyrics over a beat or tap a code on the wall of your jail cell. Jacob, what is rap? Yes. Completes the film title for 16, please. 1964. 7 Faces of... Matt, what's Faces? No. Jacob, who is Dr. Lau? Yes. The Old West 8. In the 1840s, settlers began following this 2,000-mile overland route, which began in Independence, Missouri. Matt, what's the Oregon Trail? Yes. Communications 8. It's the Hollywood term for a verbal presentation with lines like "It's Psycho, Miss African Queen." I'm sorry, no. Jacob, what is a pitch? Yes. Communications 4. On September 15th, 1921, the federal government issued one of the first of these licenses. Matt, what is a radio license? Yes. Completes the film title for 8, please. 1988, my stepmother is an alien. We gotta toss it. What is an alien? I think I was supposed to say my stepmother is. My stepmother blank. Jacob, select again. I'll complete the film title for 400. 1941. How green was... What is my valley? Select again. Poets and poetry for 800. Shelley's Ode to the West Wind. And if winter comes, can spring be left behind? Bro. We'll give James that because he just buzzed in. And let's finish the Double Jeopardy round with this. A collection by... I'm sorry, we won't have time to finish it. But this is the last clue. And the correct response, mates. So we're going to copy and paste these scores to Final Jeopardy. Final Jeopardy. Jacob is now in the lead. Jacob is unfortunately now in the lead. Not unfortunately, it's still in the lead. Matt, it's a runaway for him. It's a runaway for Jacob. But can Matt and James catch up in this? But can Matt and James catch up in this?
You don't have... The Empire. The Empire.
Can Matt and James catch up in this category? Word origins. We'll be right back for the clue. Dun, 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 dun. They made their wagers, but we've made our wagers while thinking about this category. Here, we're thinking about word origins. Here's the clue. This somewhat negative term arose because twisting fibers in the thread was mainly a woman's job. 30 seconds, players. Good luck. Jacob, we come to you first. What'd you say? What's Spinach turn? Yes, you're going to double your score to 68,800. James, Spencer, so you're going to double your score. So you're going to double your score to 20,800. Matt, you're going to lose. And it brings you to 13,000. Jacob Staggs, you are the champion. We'll see you back here for the next greatest of all time tournament for season 2. This was a great tournament to play. So thank you for playing. And thank you everybody for watching our first greatest of all time tournament. Our next contestants will be Amy Snyder and Mateo Roach. We'll be right back next season for this. This is the Jeopardy Labs greatest of all time tournament. Promotion considerations provided by colonization. James, you have 500,000. Jacob, you have 1 million. And Matt, you have $250,000. you all for watching Jeopardy Greatest of All Time. Jacob Staggs Productions!